Okay, so start with the assumption that the Young Turks are making a right-wing pivot. So I honestly believe they are making a right-wing pivot. I don't exist in the minds of of Zhank or the producers or Anna, but from all observations, that's what's going on. Anna even recently appeared on Glenn Beck's show, so that seems to be what's going on. So the question is why? Why are they doing it? Not why do I think they're doing it, but why are they doing it? Observations are why I think they're doing it. So why are they doing it? So one thing that YouTube is very good about, guys, is providing analytics. They'll give you the percentage of viewers you have in countries, the percentage of your viewers that are male or female. They give you a breakdown of percentage of viewers of certain ages. They'll tell you how people find your videos, all of these things, right? They'll give you the information about how long people will watch videos. They'll give you at what point people will normally click off a video, whatever, right? So with all this information, you can start making your videos geared towards more and more viewership. And so when people often talk about they've figured out the algorithm, I think what they're doing is that they've looked at the numbers and they've looked at what gets views, what doesn't get views. They looked at what titles get views, what titles don't get views, and what thumbnails gets views and what thumbnails don't get views. And that's why you'll see videos often where the titles will change a little bit, where the thumbnails will change, because they're kind of experimenting, often doing like maybe even a little A/B testing. I did this recently, not that I get a ton of views, where I basically I had a video, it had less than a dozen views. It'd been up for a few days. I changed the title just a little bit, and then within 2 hours, the number of views, I think it quadrupled. So there you go. So the thing about the Young Turks, I think at his heart, Zhank is a capitalist. This is something that he says. And one ethos of capitalists are that they believe in infinite growth, even though you have finite resources, finite viewership, finite airtime, finite minutes in a day, whatever, right? So they've probably hit a ceiling, or maybe they've hit a ceiling and then they've even started declining with viewership a little bit. And honestly, at some point, it's okay to hit a ceiling if you have, for example, if you were a person who had a channel and you hit a ceiling of about 1 million subscribers, that's pretty good. You can bring in a decent amount of money, I would imagine, with that. You can make adjustments so you can streamline the process of making videos, whatever, right? I don't know how much ad revenue the Young Turks bring in. Why would I know that? But I would imagine, and this is just YouTube analytics, guys. I'm sure the analytics that they use at the Young Turks, in addition to what they get from YouTube, is probably some pretty sophisticated stuff. And it basically just comes down, and I said this, they want money. And not only do they want money, which of course they want money, nothing wrong with that, but they probably want more money. And they may even be to the spot that if they do not change, they're making less money. So the thing about the presidency also is that depending on who is in office, there's a higher demand for different pundits and reporters. So for example, when Obama was in office, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when Obama was in office, there were all of a sudden all of these black reporters and commentators, and a lot of them just kind of went away, or they got much smaller roles on their networks. It was like they wanted some Negro whisperer to explain Obama, right? When George W. Bush was in office, it was real popular to criticize George W. Bush. So there was kind of this rise of left-wing critiques and left-wing commentary because it was popular to criticize him. Not making a value statement on whether saying that's good or bad, just making observation. The funny thing with Trump is that although when a particular president or party is in office, often the opposition party will they'll suddenly, their opinions may be in greater demand. Trump is kind of this anomaly where the whole thing of Trump is a bit of a cult of personality. Because even within the videos I make on YouTube that only get 100 or so views, is that there is a stark contrast to criticizing specifically Trump versus criticizing conservative policies. People, basically, Trump is the brand, and it's kind of I said it's a cult of personality. So they may have seen the audience, they may have seen the numbers and realized, yeah, there are a lot of people who will view our content that are criticizing Trump. But at this point right now, it's more profitable to kind of lean in that right direction. That's what I think is happening with them. They saw the numbers, or they've seen the numbers, they've seen the revenue, and they're like, this is the direction we want to go to. And also, when it comes to the right-wing spaces, there are a lot more investors in that. There's more money to be made with that. The thing about tenant media, if you don't know what was going on with tenant media, if you've ever heard that, Google it. Basically, there were a number of right-wing commentators that were receiving large amounts of money. I think it was by a Russian I don't know who it was. I think it may have been some Russian investors, but basically create right-wing propaganda. So that's what I think was going on with the Young Turks. It's not particularly sophisticated. I think they stuck their fingers up in the air. They saw where the wind was blowing. They looked at their balance sheet and they said, go west, young man, or in their way, go right, young man. And that's where the money is. I think that's what's going on there. The thing is, I don't think the Young Turks will be very good at it. I don't think they'll be very. I can't explain that, why I think that, but I think when it comes to making right-wing content, I don't. I think it's something about them. One, well, I don't think they're. I can't explain why I don't think they're going to be good at it, but criticism. I'll just make one criticism. For example, Anna. Anna's analysis on left-wing politics is not very sophisticated. Compared to even her peers on the network. So Anna's in this space where I think she's not smart enough to make really sophisticated left-wing critique compared to the other people on her network. I mean, just like she's probably one of the worst contributors to the network, but I also don't think she's charismatic enough to do right-wing commentary. Because the thing about the right-wing commentary is you either, if you're going to be a woman, you have to have a certain level of charisma. If you're a man, you can just lean into misogyny and the bigotry and everything. But for women, there have to be a certain level of charisma. She has to look. Anna's very attractive. Blonde hair, pretty face, whatever. They love that shit. But she doesn't have the charisma to be a right-wing commentator. And also, and I don't know how other people on the network are going to be along for the ride, because I think that despite the way Anna and Cenk are, I do think they have a number of commentators who are true believers in the progressive cause. And I think already in the past few years, you've already had people, more minor contributors, who jump ship. So I don't know if they're going to be on the right wing ride with them. Anyway.